Happening right now, the streets of Hillcrest are starting to fill up for one of San Diego's biggest events, the annual Pride Festival. Good evening, I'm Steve Atkinson.
And I'm Kimberly Hunt. The festivities begin with the annual Spirit of Stonewall rally. It just started. 10 News reporter Rena Nakano is there live. Rena, it's been 50 years since the Stonewall riots in New York.
Yes, whether you lived through the 1969 Stonewall riots or read about them decades later in a textbook or online, many people here say it was a pivotal point in our history. And that is why this year the San Diego Pride's theme is Stonewall 50, a legacy of liberation.
The glitz and glam and the fabulous outfits at Pride are a product of dark times.
In 1969, being gay was considered a mental illness.
1969, New York. Police raid the Stonewall Inn, considered a safe place for the LGBT community. Veronica Zera remembers watching the violence on the news.
When Stonewall happened, I was 12 years old, and I was just entering puberty.
It was a turning point in her life because back then she was hiding.
My name was Ronald. In fact, I have a really interesting story. I grew up being called Ronnie.
Ronnie served in the Army for 2 decades and retired as a major. The next year, in 1999, Ronnie became Veronica.
Were you invisible before you came out?
Of course. Before I came out, I tried to be the person I thought my family and society thought I should be, instead of what was inside of my heart.
50 years later, San Diego Pride is honoring the rioters at Stonewall who stood up against police prejudice.
The celebrations all weekend long are really going to reflect back and honor our Stonewall generation, talk about the legacy that we're all a part of, and what we need to do to recommit ourselves for the next generation.
A big thank you for their courage that inspired future generations.
Because you're not allowed by society to be who you really are, you have to almost perform gender, okay? Whereas right now, I'm expressing my gender.
And while a lot has progressed in the last 50 years, many people here say there's still a lot of work to be done. And that's why they say it is very important to keep that spirit of Stonewall alive. Reporting live in Hillcrest tonight, I'm Rena Nakano, 10 News.
Rena, thank you. The 10 News team will be taking part in the annual Pride March tomorrow. We hope you can join us in person. If not, we still have you covered. We'll stream the whole thing live on 10news.com, the 10 News app, and your favorite streaming devices. Just tune in at 10 a.m.